Thanks for staying with Newsnight tonight. Our breaking news story, hip-hop musician Jabulani Tsambo, better known as HHP, has died. Now, details surrounding his death are not yet known. Our reporter, Tanya Nefdt, is on Long Street, and she's getting reaction from Cape Tonians about the death of HHP. Let's take you live there now. Tanya, good evening. South Africans have really responded, I think, with shock and just pure devastation. You know, hip-hop Pantsula, as I remember him originally, certainly one of those that's gone too soon. But you're in Long Street and you've been speaking to fans.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's an incredibly sad day for the music industry and for South Africans. This street, Long Street, of course, it's known for its many bars and lively places where musicians like HHP would have performed, I would imagine. Earlier on, I spoke to some bypassers and they were equally shocked at the news. I mean, he's 38 years old. Our condolences, of course, goes out to his family and to his wife, Lerato, who had to confirm that terribly sad news today. Of course, at this point, we don't know the cause of death. Lots of speculation on social media. But at the same time, I had a look earlier, and a lot of his colleagues in the music industry, the likes of eNCA, even posted on Twitter just earlier on saying he heard the terrible news, and another icon gone too soon. Very popular rapper Rouge also posted this morning. This has been a very sad year for hip-hop. So incredibly sad news. Way too early, 38 years old. It has been rumored that he's been suffering with depression for a long time. Of course, we can't confirm those details. But I would like to introduce my guest, because Martin Myers has been in the industry for over 30 years, working with musical greats for a long time. Martin, welcome, and thank you for joining us on the channel. What an incredible, sad day for the music industry.
It's not nice to be standing here and talking. You alluded to Long Street, an area of musicians that it was used in 2010 for the FIFA World Cup opening. This was the street just up at the top. If you had to turn your camera around, that's where TKZ performed. Now, TKZ were the epitome of Kwaito and opening Kwaito to the world. I'd hold HHP in that same sound and genre with what he was doing, this Motswako sound. He's worked with everybody. AKA looked up to him, Casper Nyovest looked up to him. I had a number of interactions with the artists that I managed, and he was always a joy to be around. He was larger than life. He was not a small man. I mean, I'm a midget next to him, but he had this warm, overbearing, lovely personality, and you just gravitated towards him. The smile was enormous. He was a genuine, beautiful human being, and it's just incredibly sad. And you said now there's a lot of speculation. I almost call it a feeding frenzy on social media. We need to get the news out when, take a step back, there is a family grieving.
Absolutely.
You know, don't go in for the kill, and I find that very sad. And we tend to have a tendency regarding people who pass on in South Africa. We need to get the information out first. No, it's wrong. It must be a time to reflect, and it must be a time, if he died and took his life or whatever the circumstances are, he was way too young. Let's look at that. Let's try and help people so that it doesn't happen again. This must be a rallying call, and I think these calls are put in place and musicians need to act on it. But from my point of view, and the artist that I manage, and I'll mention his name, Sipa Heartsticks Mabuse, was very close to him, and he said, Mark, I actually have no words. Sipa would have come down and done the interview. He said, I can't. He was too close to me, and my recollections were, he just was an amazing human being, and he's gone too soon.
Yeah. I like what you said, Kathy, if I could just say that he was this larger-than-life person, that he used to light up a room. As you said, you know him personally. And it brings to mind his popular song called Jabba, actually. And it was a remake of the old hit, Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel. And I mean,
Heaven, etc.
How true are those words today?
Yeah, a bit prophetic, but you alluded to his larger than life. When he was in a room, he had no ego. You wanted to be around him. He was wise, he was generous with his time, and he was just an amazing guy to be with. You walked out and you always used to say, my heavens, that's HHP. Look, I could use stronger language, but I'm not going to. Wow, that was HHP. He's just so cool.
Yeah.
And long live his spirit, and may we go back and look at the music that he put out and celebrate what he did, because he did good.
Yeah.
He did well.
I mean, I went onto his social media earlier today, and just 6 days ago, Jabba had posted a picture of the late Flubber, actually, and saying how much he missed him. And I think he was also posting this pic to mark his birthday. Are we losing so many of our great talents way too soon?
You know, you look at Avicii earlier this year who passed on, and perhaps in those messages there's a cry for help, but sometimes I think men particularly are too proud to go out and cry for help. And I don't think it's wrong for men to shed a tear or to turn around and say, hang on, I need help. And I think these are the things that we need to address in the coming days. There are places to go for help and go. It's horrible. It is incredibly horrible. I mean, I think the news broke at about sort of 2:30, 2:45 this afternoon. And as I said, there's been a feeding frenzy on Twitter. Gone way too young at the age of 38.
But again, I think it's very important what you just said here. Perhaps people need to speak out more. They need to share their stories so that, help can be provided.
And may HHP be a beacon for people to look and go, hang on, I need to talk about this. I need to talk about the problems that I have. And go back and listen to his music. It's available on all the online platforms. That's how you honor people. Go and purchase their product, listen to it, and remember him for who he was, an amazing South African.
Absolutely. Kathy, I couldn't have said it better. That's exactly what we need to do. Again, an incredibly sad loss, and our condolences and thoughts with his wife and family.
Absolutely. Thanks for that, Tanya Nefdt.